So in this particular video, we will try to discuss the problems on the vapor power cycle. So let us take an example problem and deal with it. Okay. So the first problem, in this particular problem, he is specifying as in a steam power plant operating on an ideal Rankine cycle, steam enters the turbine at 20 bar with an enthalpy of 3248 kilojoules per kg. He says steam enters the turbine. Where does the steam enters the turbine, in the sense which state? The turbine expansion process occurs from state 1 to state 2 here in the TS diagram as well as in the PV diagram. State 1 to state 2 is the expansion process. The steam enters at 20 bar, in the sense it has the pressure at state 1. If you look into the PV diagram and the TS diagram, you already studied about the Rankine cycle. Again, I will repeat it. So 1 to 2 is your expansion process which occurs in case of a turbine, and 3 to 4 is your pump work which occurs in the pump. 4 to 1 is heat addition, 2 to 3 is heat rejection. 4 to 1 heat addition occurs in 3 different stages. 4 to A is in the economizer, A to B is in the boiler where the phase gets changed, and B to 1 is the superheater. So 4 to A and B to 1 are the zones where the temperature increases, and A to B is a zone where there is no increase in temperature but only there is change in phase. So the same process from 4 to A to B and B to 1 is been indicated here. So 4 to A to B and B to 1. 4 to A, increase in the temperature. A to B, there is no increase in the temperature but continuously dryness fraction is been increased. So if dryness fraction is been going on increasing, what does it mean? That it is a change of phase. At state B, the dryness fraction is 1. That means it is the complete vapor. From B to 1 in the superheater, again temperature gets increased. So overall heat addition process takes place from 4 to 1, and heat rejection process takes place from 2 to 3 in the condenser, as you all know. So in all type of the problems, there would be two main pressures acting. That is, one, the pressure at which the boiler operates, the pressure at which the condenser operates. The pressure at which the boiler operates is 20 bar, which is given in the problem. The pressure at which the condenser operates is the 0.1 bar, which is given in the problem. Remember, this 20 bar pressure is for state 4, state A, state B and state 1. All have 20 bar. Similarly here. So state 4, state A, state B and state 1 all have 20 bar pressure. But the temperatures of these states would be varying. So the boiler pressure is 20 bar, condensation pressure is 0.1 bar as written here. Let us see what else he has given. The condenser pressure is 0.1 bar. The cycle efficiency, you have to find the cycle efficiency, which is the efficiency of a Rankine cycle, and the specific steam consumption, that is mass flow rate of steam, m dot, you have to calculate per turbine work output. So he has specified that do not neglect the pump work. So 3 to 4 you have to consider the pump work and calculate your things he has just used. So he has also specified you can use the steam table for the required values. So H1 he has given, that means entropy at the inlet of the turbine, H1 state 1, H1 he has given, and S1 he also given as 7.127 kilojoules per kg, which is entropy at the entrance of the turbine, which is state 1. So this is the brief description of the problem, what has been given and what you have to calculate. So he has given all these parameters. He asked us to calculate the efficiency of a Rankine cycle as well as the specific steam consumption. Okay. Now you can refer your data handbook and note down at boiler pressure. What is the boiler pressure again? You can come to PS diagram. This is the boiler pressure, 20 bar. So in the boiler pressure, if you refer the steam table, okay, at this particular 20 bar, what is the value of SF, SG and SFG? Kindly note it down. After note it down HF, HG and HFG. After note it down VF, VG and VFG. All the values, that means total 9 values, you kindly note it down in your notes at the beginning. At the beginning itself, you just specify it as data from the steam tables. At 20 bar, what is the value of SF, SG and SFG, HF, HG and HFG, VF, VG and VFG? Kindly note it down from the data handbook. Okay. Similarly, at the condenser pressure. At the condenser pressure, what is the values of SF, SG and SFG, HF, HG and HFG, VF, VG and VFG? Kindly note it down in your notes. Okay, even in your examinations also while you're answering. Okay, first one we have to find the efficiency. So two things need to be find out. The number one is efficiency, number two is steam consumption, which will see later. First we shall solve for efficiency. As you all know, efficiency for Rankine cycle is given by net work output divided by heat supplied. Net work output is nothing but turbine work plus pump work divided by heat supplied, or net work output is equals to net heat output, that is nothing but from the first law. So you can even write Qs plus Qr divided by Qs. You can use either this or this based on your convenience. So the turbine work output, that is Wt. How will you calculate Wt? Wt is this particular thing, process 1 to 2. How will you calculate it? For work it is initial minus final, so it is H1 minus H2. Similarly for the pump work, so that is from 3 to 4. For work it is initial minus final, so it is H3 minus H4. And heat supplied is from 4 to 1. Heat, so heat it is final minus initial, so final is H1 minus H4. So this is your H1 minus H4 is your heat supplied, and work, so initial minus final, H1 minus H2 is your Wt, and initial minus final again work, pump work, so H3 minus H4 is your pump work. So similarly it has been written here, Wt is equals to H1 minus H2, Wp is equals to H3 minus H4. These both have work, so it is initial minus final. So Qs is H1 minus H4, that is final minus initial, because it is heat. So if you observe, you require the values of H1, H2, H3 and H4. So if you calculate all these four values, you can calculate what is Wp, Wt and Qs. So if you calculate Wt, Wp and Qs, you will get the efficiency of the Rankine cycle, and this is the way we approach this problem. Once again, first we need to find the enthalpies at state 1, state 2, state 3 and state 4. By finding enthalpies at different states, you will get what is turbine work, pump work and heat supplied. When you get all these three values, by using this, you can calculate your efficiency. Let us try to find one after the other. First we will go by H1. So H1 is in the superheated state. So as soon as you write H1, so H enthalpy at state 1. First you have to see where is my state 1. So where is my state 1? State 1 is in the superheated region. Kindly refer the previous video how to calculate the enthalpy at the different stages. Correct? So this particular thing is in the superheated region. As I discussed, in the superheated region, we have two different approaches to calculate your enthalpy. Number one is you can either use the formula, or you can use the directly the steam tables, which are specifically for the superheated regions. You can directly have the calculated value of H1. Okay. So from the steam tables, for that particular pressure, which is a boiler pressure, you will be having the value of H1 directly is 3248 kilojoules per kg from the steam tables directly. Or else even it is given in the problem also for this particular question. If not given, even you have the same value in case of a superheated steam tables. Okay, at a pressure of 20 bar from superheated steam tables. Even beside that, you have to note it down what is the value of S1 also, entropy at that particular state, that is 7.127 kilojoules per kg, which you will get it. Okay, exactly beside that it will be there. You will have to note it down. It has some usage. We will see it in the later stages. Okay, next H1 is calculated. So H1 is calculated. Now we will go for H2. Now H2 in the sense it is enthalpy at state 2. Now where is my state 2? We have to look it for. So here is my state 2. So if my state 2 is in the wet region, how do you calculate your enthalpy? Enthalpy at state 2 is equals to HF, HF plus X into Hg minus HF. This is the way you calculate your enthalpy if your state point is in the wet region, that is at state 2. That means you need to have the value of HF at state 2, X at state 2, Hg at state 2. Okay, we don't know the values of dryness fraction. See, HF at state 2 and HFG at state 2. This is the Hg minus Hf can be written as HFG, correct? So Hf and HFG values can be taken from the steam tables directly at that particular pressure. Suppose what is that pressure? You have to look it for. So state 2 pressure is 0.1 bar. Look here. State 2 pressure is 0.1 bar. So at condenser pressure of 0.1 bar, what is the value of HF, HG and HFG? You already noted down at the initial stage of the problem. So you will be knowing the values of HF and HFG at condenser pressure, that is at state 2. Clear? But you don't know what is X2, correct? What is the dryness fraction at that particular stage? We need to calculate. How do you do so? So you have to follow the same procedure as calculated here. Okay, what is that procedure? If you observe, from state 1 to 2 is an isentropic expansion. What do you mean by isentropic? The entropy remains same from state 1 to state 2. There is no entropy change. That means S1 is equals to S2, correct? So that particular condition we will be using to calculate the value. So S1 is equals to S2 because 1 to 2 is an isentropic expansion process. Okay, you already know the value of S1 from here. Correct? You already know, you have noted down from the steam table, that is 7.127. So that particular value is also equal to S2 as stated here. Okay. Now, what is S2? State 2 is in the wet region. So state 2, if it is in the wet region, it is given by again SF plus X into SFG at state 2. At state 2, you know the value of SF and SFG. State 2 in the sense it is in the, first you have to look for the pressure. State 2, okay, state 2. What is the pressure? 0.1 bar, which is the condenser pressure. So you have to come back to this particular, at condenser pressure of 0.1 bar, what is the value of SF and SG? You know the values. So using that particular value, you know the value of SF and SFG. Okay, once you know this value, you know value of S2. You can easily calculate the value of X2, isn't it? So from this, substitute the values, you will get the value of X2, which is dryness fraction of 0.864. Note, so SF and SG values, as I said, you are taken from the steam tables at a pressure of, here it is missing, or at a pressure of how much? 0.1 bar. Just write it here. Okay, so X2 is calculated. If you calculate X2, you can use this particular expression to calculate enthalpy at state 2. So that is what we have done here. Now, H2 is equals to HF plus X into HFG at state 2. So HF at condenser pressure you have noted down initially, just substitute it. HFG at condenser pressure of 0.1 bar you have noted down initially, just substitute it. X2, which is dryness fraction at state 2, you have just calculated it, just write down it. Okay, so calculate this, you will get the value of H2 easily. And again, the same note, HF and HFG values are taken from the steam at the pressure of state 2, which is the 0.1 bar at the condenser pressure, right here condenser, here 0.1 bar. So H2 and H1 is being calculated. Now H3, what is H3? On the saturated liquid line. So first we shall see where is my H3, that means state 3. Here is my state 3. Where is my state 3? It is on the saturated liquid line. If any state point is on the saturated liquid line, how will you calculate the enthalpy of that particular thing? So enthalpy of such thing is directly equal to HF at that particular state, that is 3. Okay. Now how do you calculate HF at state 3? First go for the pressure. Okay. 3. State 3. What is the pressure? 0.1 bar, which is condenser pressure. Condenser pressure state 3 enthalpy HF. So condenser pressure of 0.1 bar, HF value. So 191.83. So that will be your H3. So H3 is nothing but HF at state particular 3 because it is on the saturated liquid line. So that HF value is directly your H3 value, which I have just put it down in a box. So we have calculated H3, H2 and H1. Now we will go for H4. H4 is what? The state 4. Where is state 4? So state 4 is in the subcooled region. That means it is in the liquid state, which is in the subcooled region. So for this, you have to follow the same procedure which I have so use it to solve this. By this, you can calculate the H4. How? Look at it. So to calculate the value of H4, we need to follow the below procedure always. Follow the same procedure every time. Note, If we have the H4, we need pump work. Always remember, you remember this particular sentence. If you want to calculate the value of H4, that means enthalpy at state 4. What is state 4? It is exactly after the pump work. If you come back here, H4 is exactly after the pump work. H3 is before pump work, H4 is after pump work. So if you want H4, so always you need to calculate the pumping work first. You remember this particular sentence. If you want H4, calculate pump work. If you want H4, calculate pump work. So how do you calculate pump work? Pump work is given by specific volume at state 3 into P3 minus P4. Again, it is initial minus final. What is specific volume at state 3? Okay, again you have to calculate here. P3 and P4 you know. What is P3 and P4? P3 is, wait, I'll come back here. P3 is your condenser pressure, P4 is your boiler pressure, that is 20 bar and 0.1 bar. Same thing I have written here, correct? So P3 you know and P4 you know, which is condenser pressure and boiler pressure. Now we have to calculate the value of V3, which is small v3, which is specific volume at state 3. Now specific volume at state 3. State 3, where is my state? My state 3 is on the saturated liquid line. If it is on the saturated liquid line, how do I calculate my specific volume? Sir, specific volume at this particular state where it is on the saturated liquid line is equal to Vf, only Vf. So here it is. So V3 is equals to Vf at state 3. How do I calculate Vf at state 3? First go for the state 3, sir. Where is state 3? Here it is. So state 3, go for the pressure. Look for the pressure, sir. 0.1 bar. At that particular pressure, what is the value of Vf, sir? Note it down. So note it down, what is the value of Vf from that particular condenser pressure. So that particular Vf value is your V3. Okay. So Vf value is again taken from the steam table corresponding to the pressure of 0.1 bar. So once you have got this value, substitute and calculate your pump work. So pump work is substitute the values of V3, P3 and P4, you'll get the pump work. Look, it is negative. Why? Because it has work done on the system. Pumping work is always negative. That is minus 1.99 kilojoules per kg. If you have any doubts in the conversion factors of units, the hint is given here. So specific volume is meter cube per kg and pressure is in Newton per meter square, because you are substituting your converted factor from bar to Newton per meter square. So what happens here? Meter square, meter cancel, and 1 meter remains. So Newton meter is joules per kg. So that is the thing which you are here. Okay. Now you have calculated your pump work, but pump work is also equal to H3 minus H4. Is it? Okay. What is pump work? It is initial minus final. H3 minus H4. Correct. H3 you already know. H3 you already know. Okay, WP you have just calculated by some other means. Now you can calculate your H4. So H4 calculated value is 193.82 kilojoules per kg. Okay, so once you have calculated H1, H2, H3 and H4, you can calculate what is W2, WP and QS as calculated here. WP is already calculated anyhow. So QS is also can be calculated like this. So just substitute what is W2, WP and QS, you'll get the efficiency of the Rankine cycle at so much. Now, how do you calculate your specific steam consumption? It's just simple. It is 3600, which is I think given in your notes also. In some of the videos, just refer it. So it is 3600 divided by WT. Whatever value of WT you get, just substitute it. Whatever the answer you'll get, it will be in kg per kilowatt hour. Hour because you already have this conversion factor of 3600. Okay, so the calculated value of specific steam consumption is 3.64 kg per kilowatt hour. So this is the way you must calculate the efficiency and the steam consumption of Rankine cycle problems. Remember, Rankine cycle problems are always dealt with enthalpies, so you have to be very confident on the different regions, how to calculate the enthalpy, how to calculate enthalpy if it is in the wet region, how to calculate enthalpy if it is in the vapor line, how to calculate enthalpy if it is in the liquid line, in the subcooled region, in the superheated region, So all these things you have to know, then the problems becomes very easy. So try this particular problem, which is very much similar to the problem which just we have discussed, and if you have any doubts, please contact me.